Hi, I'm Bryche Abawi, founder and CEO of MyElle, and we're here today with Wendy Strgar, the founder and CEO of Good Clean Love, and an award-winning entrepreneur. Wendy is also an author, a blogger, a sexual health educator, and a loveologist. Starting in her kitchen back in 2003, Wendy founded Good Clean Love after hearing from many women and experiencing for herself about the painful side effects of using petrochemical-based hygiene and intimacy products. Good Clean Love products are now sold internationally and endorsed by thousands of physicians for their safe and non-toxic ingredients. A woman-owned B Corporation, Good Clean Love provides the most scientifically advanced personal care products with their patented biomatch technology. So we're so excited here at MyElle to be offering the Good Clean Love Bio-Nude lubricant to our customers, and we couldn't be more aligned in our mission to educate women on intimate health. So hi, Wendy, how are you?
Hi, great. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you for being here. So just tell us a little bit about Good Clean Love and your journey to create this amazing product.
Well, I think that the most revelatory businesses usually come out of need. And for sure, Good Clean Love need was the mother of invention, you know. And so, yeah, I was, had 4 children and had pain with sex and a lot of pain even outside of sex. And that's how I started trying to build stuff in my kitchen. Um, Years and years ago. And you know, that's true for a lot of women, right? Because after they have children is frequently the time when they stop being sexual. And I really did not want to be that woman because I knew I was really dependent on that for connecting to my husband. So
Absolutely.
that's how I started it way like a million years ago, it feels like. Um, and I was just always really interested in using ingredients that I would bring in a kitchen, which left out the majority of ingredients that were in lubricants at the time.
And how long did it take you to sort of arrive at this biomatch technology?
Well, you know, there was kind of multiple steps for a long time. The inception of Good Clean Love was all about organic, right?
Yeah.
And so there weren't that many ways to make an organic lubricant, honestly. And in fact, almost every lubricant on the market has followed in our footsteps in using organic aloe as a base ingredient for, you know, product for lubrication products. But the biomatch happened later on, actually. You know, when you make very simple, so so what I would say about biomatch is that that was kind of an education that I had prayed would come to me. And we got into biomatch technology because we were included in a national study accidentally, quite accidentally, not anything I'd intended. Um, when in 2010, the government was really concerned that the numbers around STDs just continuously going up. It's still going up today, actually, for that matter. And that and AIDS was just not being controlled and contained with all of their activities. So they went to a group of biophysicists to try to develop a buffer gel to prevent the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases. And so the biophysicists began the study by saying, well, let's look at the gels on the market. And ours really accidentally got into that study because we had donated to HIV Alliance,
Right.
and they study all their products and had sent me a letter about how our products were most similar to human tissue of any products they'd ever found. But that's how it got into the study. And, you know, so like several years into it, then, I mean, I didn't even know what they were doing, honestly. And
Right.
when I found out that we were isoosmotic, I had to learn what that meant.
Yes.
Uh,
It
but
evolved, right?
it is actually the most important metric about lubricant safety, even more important than organic ingredients, actually, is whether the lubricant formulation is biochemically heavier than the cells that already live in the vaginal area. So if the formulation is what you call hyperosmolar,
Okay.
Then basically it strips the vaginal epithelium, pulls all the water out of those cells, and it just kind of starts a chain reaction of increasing pH and making you much more susceptible to STDs and actually primarily first bacterial vaginosis.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's something we see very often with our customers is
Yeah,
BV. So,
yeah.
and this odor that comes with it can be very embarrassing. So,
It's the most common of all. Well, they call it an infection, but really what we've learned in our research is that bacterial vaginosis is more like a condition, like a yeast infection, right? Like
yeah,
it's when things are out of balance and there's too much bad bacteria and not enough healthy bacteria
right,
to kind of maintain the biome. And but of course I didn't know any of these things when I was starting in my kitchen.
right,
Um,
right.
actually, there's still a lot of people who don't know that there's a vaginal biome. You
No,
know, many physicians don't understand that. And I would say that the vast majority of products are not made to address a healthy, thriving biome, and in fact, probably detract from it. Um,
absolutely go the opposite
yeah,
direction because of the chemicals. They're
yeah,
working against it. And I would say a lot of the lubes, like if you just walk into a regular store, I mean, they sell it at 7-Eleven for crying out loud. And, a lot of women are just grabbing it and going and not realizing the long-term effects and the damage they're doing.
and not even long term. We have histology studies that show within 4 hours of using a hyperosmolar product, you've already completely stripped the epithelium. So it doesn't take days or weeks, it just takes hours. And
That's
so we know that a good, healthy lubricant really extends the time that we can love somebody. And in the same way, really helps women to maintain a healthy biome, just like your wand does, right? I
yeah.
mean, it's this, but like a bad product does the opposite,
Yeah.
so
It's
yeah,
hindering them. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, I'm
yeah.
even more excited now that we're working with you guys and carrying it. Our customers love the product. I love it. So I'm really happy about that. And then, so just a quick question, because I know this is something that a lot of women don't know about. I learned about it a few years ago, but that your company is a B corporation and how important that is and what that means.
Yeah, B corporations have yet to really take their place on the world stage the way they deserve to.
Yeah.
But we have been a B Corp since actually some states have a legal designation of B corporations, and Oregon is one of the first ones that did have that. Basically, it protects company founders and owners from allows them to actually have multiple bottom lines. So their shareholders can't hold them accountable when their employee groups, their community groups, however they define that, and the environment most of all. That's one of the things that B Corps really protect is the environment. And so for me, that was just the only way I could think about doing business is really about being of service.
Yeah,
When
from
you,
manufacturing all the way to production to ingredients to like packaging, it all has to be, protecting the environment, correct?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So we're actually one of the very few consumer brands that uses sugarcane technology, which is renewable technology in all of our packaging.
that's amazing.
Um, and so, yeah, sugarcane is just way better for the environment and the way that it's harvested and the way that it's turned into plastics material. I mean, it's still a plastics, and I'm still trying to figure out how could get a carton to work or something else.
Or glass or something.
Um, but yeah, I think I just think what we do is so much more important than how much money we make in the world. And when you don't use money as a barometer for making decisions, it's actually really easy to know the right thing to do.
Right.
So, so I try to avoid like actually measuring any important decisions against money. People
Yeah.
don't always like that in my company, but being a B Corp actually like allows that and makes you, legitimates that kind of decision-making process.
Right. Education,
Mhm.
that's exactly what we're here to do is, why we're making these videos and why we're, trying to work with people and interview women that are creating such amazing products, because it's not just about MyElle and the wand and buying the wand. It's about, reframing this narrative and opening this platform for women to talk about it and get educated on it. We want to be that sort of source for them. So I respect you so much and everything that you've done. And I'm really grateful that we're working on this and we're selling this and offering it to our customers, and we're able to. So thank you so much for meeting with me today and educating our customers. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more opportunities to hear from you in the future.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing I want to just add before we go about biomatch
Mhm.
is that, especially when women are using this with the wand, and if they're using the products at the same time, basically what they're doing is preparing a really healthy environment for good lactobacilli to land and thrive in, and that is like the key. Really, I mean, it's not like an active drug, right? It's
Right.
all it's doing is that's why we call it biomatch, is that it's bringing you back to your own natural healthy state.
Yeah.
That's like
You're
the
ready to
goal. It's the
receive.
same goal that you have with the light, right? And the same way that most natural remedies function is not to necessarily overcorrect. It's just to bring you back to a baseline that you know and that's familiar to your body.
Yeah, regenerating you. I mean, we're all trying to find the fountain of youth, but this is kind of like that, right? It's bringing you back to your original sort of state. Same with the wand. I mean, it regenerates the cell back to its original state. So that's
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much for adding that. That's great
Yeah.
advice. So thank you and have a fabulous day.
You too. Thanks a